All right, good morning, everybody. We're going to start with our toe lifts. Heels up, right and left. So today we're going to do 2 exercises alternating for 30 seconds work, 10 seconds rest for 3 rounds. And then we're going to do a cardio burst for 1 minute. Right leg, let's lift and lift. So we're standing nice and tall, starting to wake up those hips. So our first exercise is going to be a compound move with lower body and upper body. And our second exercise is going to be an upper body only. Good hamstring curl. And our third exercise will be a cardio exercise. And we have the option to add resistance if you'd like, but it's 100% optional. Good, back to knees right here. Elbow towards your opposite knee. Or think about shoulder towards your opposite side. 4, 3, 2. All right, back to our curl. So reach and reach. Shoulders down, just reach and hand towards your opposite heel. 4, 3, 2. All right, slow deadlift right here. Feet hip width apart, hinge it forwards, stand up nice and tall. So think shoulders down and back. Ribs are a little bit tucked. Reach the hands down like you're trying to reach down towards your ankles right on the side. Good, hinge, 2, lift, 2. 2 more. This time we're going to take it forward. We're going to hold it in place. Reach the arms down. Open and close your book. If you would like to have your arms crossed across your chest, you can. But this will help us also open up the chest a little bit. 2. Bring it up, slow squat. So now we sit the hips back towards the heels, and then we stand. So sit and stand. Chest stays lifted when we do our squats. Think about if you had that bar across your back. If you tilt too far forwards, that bar is just going to pull you forwards. But we don't have to have that low back arch either. It's just that little hinge. 1 more. Hands up at the shoulders, elbows out. Reach it up and pull it down. Reach and pull. Think about tucking the ribs. We're trying to imagine having our arms against the wall, doing our snow angels. Forward step and reach. Right here, forward step. Pull it back. Start to drop the back knee down towards the floor. It's like just a little mini lunge. 3, 2. All right, we're going to do an open book here. So forward, open, close, step back, switch it to the other side. A little bit of torso opening today. This is also your opportunity to maybe go a little deeper into your lunge. Good, just a couple more. Forward, open, close. Side step, we're going to lunge it, hold it in place. Little side to side. Good, 8, 7. This is actually going to be one of our first exercises today. Hold it in the center, cat-cow, inhale, exhale. So a little gentle arch, a little bit of a tuck. So we're learning to control that pelvis. In and out. Good. 3 more. Open the chest, gentle arch, and then little pull in. So this is our cow. This is our cat. In. Good. Hold your tuck. Let's roll it all the way up. Now we're going to walk it out into a plank position. If you'd like, step it back into a plank. You can have your hands on the countertop. You can have them on the seat of a chair. Good. Down dog to plank. Down dog. Back to plank. Down dog. And plank. Couple more. 1 more. Let's walk it all the way back up to a standing position. Bring it back into the center. We're going to go for our heel stomps. So lift and stomp. If you're ready and you would like to take it to a full little jump or bunny hop, then please do. Otherwise, exercise, I want you to stomp those heels down as hard as you can. 4, 3, march it out, shake it out, roll the shoulders. Walk around, grab a quick drink of water. We're gonna hope I set up my timer correctly today. All right, we're gonna do a side lunge, curl to press. So you're gonna step it out, center, curl to press. You can do right, left, and then alternate, or you can alternate all 3 rounds. Second exercise, rows. And a third exercise, dumbbell in hand. We're just gonna go side to side and we're gonna switch the dumbbell from one hand to the other. So they're little side lunges, hand switches. So let's grab a dumbbell or 2. So we feel comfortable doing a curl to press with. So 30 seconds in 3, 2, and 1. So I'm just gonna alternate. So I'm gonna go side lunge, curl to press. Now you can do just the side lunge and the curl. We are going to do some shoulders a little bit later. So if you're like, I really don't want to do a lot of shoulders today, we're going to do front raises later. You can just do your side lunge and a curl here, and that's perfectly fine. Good. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Super quick, switch into rows. Same rule applies here. If you would like to do right, left, and both, good, hinge it forward. So we're just going to do nice good rows. Drive the elbows back. So a little hinge forwards. We don't have to be straight-legged and bent over. I like to push my hips back like I did a little deadlift. Or I'm imagining I'm resting my buns on the wall behind me just for a little support. My core is braced, my belly button is kind of pulled in. Squeeze my shoulders together. 3, 2, and 1. Side lunge, curl to press. Side lunge, curl to press. I'm going to do one side only. You are welcome to continue doing alternating. So I'm just going to side lunge, stand tall, curl to press. I'm also going single hand just because I want to get some single-sided work in with my arms. But if you want to do hold it on the ends, then hold it on the ends. Just think about elbows pointing forwards. Show me your elbows. Show me your triceps on the back of your arm. Good. 3, 2, and 1. Rows. Round number 2. Good. 3, 2, and 1. So push the hips back, hinge it forward. Row. And row. You can do both at the same time. I'm alternating this round. It's been a while since I've done 15s for my rows. So I'm going to go ahead and alternate. It's finally kind of cool enough that I feel a little more comfortable. Good. 4, 3, 2, and 1. We've got one more set here. I'm going to go side lunge, curl to press. Since I did second round right side, I'm doing a third round left side. 2, 1. Good. So nice good side lunge. Stand tall, curl to press. So I want you to think about your arm position. Instead of, popping those elbows out, you move your elbows forward. So it's a hammer curl and a press it up. This is a little bit more of a stable position for your shoulders for a lot of people. Good. 3. Here's 2 and 1. All right, going back for our rows. Then we'll have a 10-second rest, and we're going to go right into those lateral, those side lunge hand switches. So tuck the ribs, hinge it, drive it back. So instead of coming up towards your armpit, or instead of letting your arms go out to the side, I want you to think about driving that elbow back, pulling, just follow the line of your thigh. So the end of the dumbbell really does just kind of follow the line of your thigh, that little bit of an angle. 3, 2, and 1. All right, dumbbell. We're gonna do hand switches. So I'm going to start with my dumbbell in my left hand, wide stance. I'm going to go to the right, and then I'm going to switch hands in the middle, go to the left. Like I'm constantly trying to set the dumbbell down by my foot. And it doesn't have to be super deep. You can also think about just going a little bit more quickly. But we're trying to keep our torso tight, so we don't want to turn our bodies a lot. This is stabilizing our core as the dumbbell pulls us side to side. So we're trying not to do a big torso rotation here. And this is a minute, so if you need to, you can set the dumbbell down. And you can just do knee taps. So less than 20 seconds. Less than 15. So little side lunges, quick switch. This is also really good for our brains, trying to switch that dumbbell from one hand to the other. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in. Little shake out. Walk around. Grab a drink. We're going to move on. Circuit number 2. We have deadlift with bicep curl. So one dumbbell or one dumbbell in each hand. Second exercise, rear fly, press back. Third exercise is just going to be a double touch or a grapevine with arm pull downs. So you can grab one dumbbell, you can grab 2. I'm going to grab 2 lighter ones today, but one deadlift, one curl in 3, 2, and 1. So we're just going to hinge forward, stand tall, curl it at the top. Now with that curl to press, a lot of us already did hammer curls. So I want you to think about adding in that little bit of rotation at the top. Hinge it forward, pick it up. Now you've got to hold it against your chest to carry it. Hinge, hold it against the chest. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, rear fly with press backs. For a lot of us, this is going to be a medium-ish weight. 2. Good, so we hinge it forward, up and back. Now pinky to the wall. So back of the hand to the ceiling, pinky to the wall. Back of the hand to the ceiling, pinky to the wall. Now make sure that we're not just swinging our arms and our bodies. If it's really, really, really hard, try going with a slightly lighter weight. 3, 2, and 1. Going for round number 2. We're going to go for our deadlift with our curls. 2, and 1. Good. Hinge, stand, curl it at the top. Hinge, stand, curl. You want to add a little extra. You can take that deadlift and as you stand, come up quickly but controlled, add a little oomph, and that's going to help you get that dumbbell up, especially if you went a little heavy. I went a little heavier this round. 3, 2, and 1. So that'll kind of help you get that dumbbell up. All right, rear fly. 2, and 1. So hinge it forward. Squeeze the shoulders together. Reach the pinky towards the ceiling. So back of the hand to the ceiling. Pinky towards the ceiling. If you need to, right, left, right, and left. I want you to squeeze those shoulders together. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, this round, you're going to hold your curl at your chest the entire time you do your deadlift. So hold your curl, we're going to hinge it forwards, and we're going to stand up nice and tall. Hinge it forwards. Hold that curl. Hold that curl. Do not come forward and let those dumbbells drop away from your chest. So hold your curl, hinge it forwards. A little isometric work. Sometimes we have have to hold on to something as we go down to the floor and then come back up. Good. Dumbbells down. Rear delt with a press back. Here's 2 and 1. Tuck the ribs, hinge it, lift, and then press. This is strength, so I really want you to think about your technique here. Good, we're well over halfway. And we have our short rest. We're going to go into our second round for our second little burst of cardio. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, bring it up. Double touch or a grapevine with a pull down. All right, here we go. So up, down, up, down. Now, this is kind of a mental thing. I don't want you to think about pushing as we go to the ceiling. I want you to pull it down. Now, if you need to, you can alternate. This is really good for your brain. If you need to, you can pull it back. Arms parallel to the floor. If you're really having a bad day and your shoulders are like, yeah, I'm out, then you take it lower. Or if your heart rate is like, yeah, I can't do this today, a little bit lower. You can grapevine if you'd like. The reason I do arms up is when you're doing low impact, the bigger your movement, the higher your heart rate is going to get. But if you need to keep it lower, this is still a big movement, just a little gentler on the shoulders. 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in, shake it out, walk around, grab a quick drink. We're gonna do a squat with a front raise. So it's kind of like our swings, but squat, stand, lift. Second exercise, triceps, kick back, or if you're comfortable, you can do an overhead extension. And then we're just gonna do a side tap with a reach. So grab a weight you feel comfortable doing front raise with. 30 seconds, in 3, 2, and 1. So this is gonna be a little bit more of a sumo. Squat, stand, front raise. So we're not going for power and doing swings. Normally we do these and we kind of do a hinge. I want you to pick something up off of the floor. It's right between your feet. Your knees track over your second toe. So if you're trying to stay perfectly upright and push those knees out, it's not going to feel comfortable. If you have to turn, good, rest. If you have to, you can turn your toes in a little. All right, triceps. I'm going to do an overhead extension. Please do a kickback. Good, time's on. Do a kickback if this does not feel good. So if your elbows are pointing out towards the walls on either side of you, I want you to rotate those shoulders in. Try to show me the back of your arm. Try to keep your inner arms close to your ears. They don't have to touch, but close to your ears. So you don't want to do a lot of elbows popping out to the side for this. 3, 2, and 1. Good. We're going to go back for our squat with our front raise. Okay, 3, 2, and 1. So squat it down, stand tall, front raise. We've raised the core when we do our front raise. We squeeze our glutes, we tighten our tummy, we pull the ribs under just a little. So it's not, a big rounding of your spine. But squat, and then stand. Good, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in. Going for our triceps. I'm going to do single-sided. I'm going to do a kickback. You want to do both arms? Go for it. Here we go. So arm is up. I'm going to do single-sided kickback. I love this one when you're doing a little bit of support. If you want to do overhead and it feels okay, go ahead and do overhead. So it's just a nice good squeeze. Straighten the elbow. So whatever you get to the top of your tricep, when you get that elbow straight, little squeeze, 2 and 1. So just a little squeeze at the top, that little extra oomph. All right, squat to front raise right here. Here we go. Squat it down, stand tall. Nice, good reach. So it's just a good lift. Pick something up and stand. It's okay if you pick something up and you don't get all the way to the floor. Maybe what you're picking up is taller, or it's a bag that has high handles. So it's kind of comparing paper bags and plastic bags. 3, 2, and 1. All right, triceps. Good, 3, 2, and 1. So shoulder down, arm up. That's good reach. So even if you're doing overhead, we don't want to let those shoulders creep up by our ears or our chin drop down towards our chest. Nice, good hinge. Reach it back, good squeeze. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, bring it in. We're going to do our side tap with our crossbody reach. Here's 2 and 1. Tap and tap right here. Reach. If you want to just tap to the side and reach it forwards, this is going to take a little bit of pressure off. So if you've got that osteoporosis, you don't want to rotate, but I'm rotating. Shoulder stays in line with my hips, so I'm not moving at my spine here. I'm moving my entire body. Little rotation. If you want to add a little hop switch in the middle, that's going to take it up a bit for you. If you want to keep it low. Good morning, Your Highness. Good, less than 20 seconds. Reach, reach. It's a nice, good cross body. Little rotation. Good, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in. Walk around, grab a drink. Moving on. Circuit number 4. I don't know for 100% certain if we're going to get through all 6 circuits. This is an older workout, and I didn't write down if we made it through all of them. We will see. Well, we're going to do a lunge with a knee drive and a chop. So dumbbell, lunge, knee, and you pat yourself on the hip. Round 1 right, round 2 left, round 3 you can alternate, or you can do your weak side, the side where you felt kind of goofy. Second exercise, reverse chest fly. Last exercise is a star jack, so mini squat and then we jump. So decide if you want a dumbbell. We're going to go for our lunge, knee drive, and chop. 3, 2, and 1. So just nice and tall. Lunge, knee up, reach for the hip. Lunge, knee, reach for your hip. Sweetie. Lunge with a lunge. You can tap it in if you're not feeling the knee drive. Lunge, up, and rotate. Three, 2, and 1. Good. Reverse chest fly. Hi. Yeah, I know. Good morning. All right, reverse chest fly. Palms facing forward. Draw the upside down letter V. Draw the upside down letter V. Now this is a little tricky because sometimes we just start lifting and we turn it into a front raise. We're trying to think about a little squeeze using those pec muscles right in front of your shoulder. So we are getting a little shoulder here, but I want you to think about a little wide. Squeeze the end of the dumbbell together. Good. Bring it in. Here we go. Lunge, knee, and a chop. And I'm going to go without a dumbbell just because Her Highness here today, lunge and chop, is really lunge with the chop causing issues. So lunge and a knee. Lunge and a knee. So you can do shoulder and lift, or you can just go right at your chest. If you don't want to rotate, you're just going to do a lunge with a knee lift or a lunge with a tap in. 3, 2, and 1. All right, reverse chest fly again. So shoulders down, soft knees, palms facing forwards. Lift the palms up and then down. So we don't want to rotate, and we don't want to just start bringing it, up in front. Wide. Think about a nice base of support for your mountain. And then we squeeze it in the middle. This is when you almost imagine that you've got cables pulling you back, and you're pulling those cables forwards. There's 2 and 1. All right, lunge with a knee. So if you want to alternate, it's going to be lunge, knee, set it down, or do your weak side. So I'm going to do lunge, knee, set it down. Lunge, knee, set it down. Down, lift. Good, we've got less than 15 seconds. We're over halfway. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in. Reverse chest fly. Shoulders down. Here we go. So wide. And I just get to about chest height, maybe a little bit more towards my chin. But I really think about wide and then center. Wide and center. It's a little bit of an arch. So I say we're drawing a rainbow, maybe it's a hill. Or I say we're drawing a mountain, maybe it's a hill, maybe it's a rainbow. 2 and 1. All right, dumbbells down. We're gonna go for our star jacks. 3, 2, 1. So mini squat, back of the hand to the wall. Back of the hand to the wall. So this one requires a little thinking. So instead of just bringing your arms up out to the side, down, surprise, down, surprise. If you need to, if you're like, my legs are just like, nah, not today, right here. If you want to do a full star jack, you can. I'm going to keep it low impact today. You can take your arms out to the side. Back of the hand is trying to touch the wall. We're working back of the shoulders here. Good, less than 20 seconds to go. Then we're going to go down to the floor. If you need to stay standing, please do. Good, 10 seconds. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in. Shake it out. Walk around, grab a drink. We are going to get through one more circuit, and you're going to be on the floor. If you need to stay standing, you can stay standing. We're going to do hip flexor lifts. So if you're standing, feel free to hold on to something, brace your core, and we're going to lift, and we're going to lower. Really focus on keeping your knees straight and lifting your hips. Second exercise is a side plank with a clamshell. You can do just the side plank, or you can do, if you're standing, you can do just a side leg lift, like this. If you want to do the side plank, if you want to do a core workout, single-sided farmer's carry, okay? So we're just going to do 2 rounds on these, I think, and then plank jacks. Plank jacks, I think is what we're going for. So it's kind of hard to do a side plank with a clamshell when we have 2 sides and 3 rounds. So we're just going to do 2 rounds here. So 30 seconds work, 10 seconds rest. We're going to sit as tall as we can. 1 leg only. We're going to do our hip flexors in 3, 2, and one. So we sit nice and tall, lift, and then set it down. The challenge here, don't bend your knees. Don't rock back. We're trying to sit tall. You can have your hands by your hips to help. You can lean back a little if you're not able to keep your legs straight if you sit tall, but we're still, just think about we're a triangle, we're an angle. Maybe you can't do 90 degrees. Maybe you can do 120. Good, rest. Side plank with a clamshell. So side plank with a clamshell. I'm gonna lift it up, knees are bent, and I'm just gonna open and I'm gonna close. Open and close. Hello. Nice sit side plank. Open and close. You can do just the side plank. You can do just the clamshell. You can do just the clamshell. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Bring it in. We're going to go back for our hip flexors. See, she would be the perfect thing for me to lift my leg up and over. So sit nice and tall, lift and down. It is 100% okay if your heel is getting a whopping like a ½ inch off the floor. As long as you're feeling it kind of in the front of that leg, right up by the hip, a little bit of quad, lift and lower. It does not have to be up towards the ceiling. Lift and down. Good. 3, 2, and 1. All right, side plank, clamshell. Side plank, clamshell. And then we're gonna go for plank jacks. 2 and 1. So your time is on. If you're staying standing, or if you're on the floor and you wanna come to standing, you're just gonna do regular jumping jacks instead of plank jacks. Because a minute in a plank is a long time for a lot of people, especially doing leg taps. So you decide what feels good for you today. Good, 10 seconds. So hold that good plank. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, bring it in. We're gonna go for our plank jack. So it's a plank with a leg tap. And 3, 2, and 1. So nice good plank, hold it. We're gonna tap it side to side. Can you be on your knees? Yes, you can. Just be nice to your knees when you tap the leg out and then you come back in. I kind of missed some of you know that old flooring that I had that looked like fake wood. It was like puzzle piece mats. I almost missed that because it actually added some nice cushion. This is like a 1/4 inch thick. I kind of miss my old stuff. If you're standing, you can do jacks. You can hold an incline plank. You can take a rest. Give the wrists and the knees a break. You've got 15 seconds. Try to come back up. Finish your plank jacks. This is our last exercise for today. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Bring it in. If you're standing, walk around. If you're on the floor, just kind of hang out for a little bit. I will have to remember to mark down that we do not get through 6 circuits when we do this one. We just do 5. So we're going to take those legs out in front. We're going to keep our knees as straight as possible. Our feet are just kind of relaxed out in front of us. And we're just going to walk ourselves out. You can do this sitting in a chair. You can do this standing. So it just kind of depends how you feel. If your heart rate is still a little high, maybe try doing this standing or sitting down versus standing. Just so you don't get your forehead, your head like way below your heart. But you can get a really good hamstring stretch without getting your head below your heart. Unless you're super flexible. Good, bring it in, bottoms of the feet touching. Just nice, good butterfly stretch. Hands by your hips, we're gonna sit nice and tall. If you're able to, you can add a little forward fold, deepen your stretch, but our goal is to try to open those thighs out to the side the best we can. Good. We're going to take it over to 90-90, one side only. We're going to turn over that front leg and we're just going to walk it out a little bit. So try to have your front leg as open as you can. Your back leg can be bent or pulled in a little bit more if it needs to be. But our goal here is that front outer thigh. Let's bring it all the way back up. We're going to try to open up this back leg as much as we can. You can lean back a little bit if you need to, but we're going to rotate that leg and try to lift your foot off the ground and then set it down. So we're going to lift the foot off the ground and set it down. And you can see I'm actually able to, I can lift it and then I'm actually using my hand to help me. So I'm going to lift. If you don't want to use your hand or if you can't reach, that's okay too. But I'm going to rotate in and then I'm going to try to go a little bit more. Good. One more time. Lift. A little bit more. Good. Bring it in. Take it over to the other side. Same thing. We're just going to do our 90-90. So we're just going to take it out, turn towards that front leg, and we're just going to hinge it forward. If you're really tight, you might be more upright. That's okay. If you're having to stay up today, this is gentleman's stretch. You can cross your ankle over your thigh. You can cross your ankle over your other ankle. You can't get your leg up to your thigh. Good. Let's go ahead and bring it up. So you can bend the front leg a little bit. We want to try to open that back leg as much as we can. Lean back to the side if you need to, but we're going to try to internally rotate that hip and then down. So again, internally rotate, and then I'm going to try to grab my foot, rotate it in a little more. Up and in. So we're going to lift it up and in. And it's going to feel kind of odd. So lift. And adding the help is optional. Some of you might be able to grab your pants. I'm wearing shorts, so that's not going to work. You can also just do little internal rotations. Good. One more. Lift, rotate in, and down. Good. Bring it in. We're going to flip it over to hands and knees. So we're going to tuck the toes under, sit the hips back to the heels, reach those arms out. You can do this with your arms on a chair or a countertop or even a wall. For this one, I'm focusing on stretching underneath my arms. So that means if I was standing, I would soften my knees and push my hips back, kind of like I'm doing a deadlift. But we've all done the stretch where you grab onto something and you just lean back. Good. 3, 2, and 1. We're going to bring it up, hands and knees. Come up to a half kneeling position. We're going to do our half kneeling stretch. So tuck your tail, squeeze your glute, little push forwards, stretching the front of the hip. Good. 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it back. We're going to switch it over to the other side. If you're standing, just a lunge position. We're still going to do the tuck and the squeeze and then the little push forwards. 8, 7, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Take that front leg, pull it back a little bit more. We're going to push through, come to standing, thumbs pointing forwards, open the chest, roll the shoulders up, back, and down into your back pocket. Good. Bring it in, big breath in, hands lightly behind the ears. Exhale, back of the hand, small of your back. Inhale, exhale. So imagine you're trying to keep your hands touching the wall while you do this. And if you have wall space, this is a good one to actually practice with that wall space. Good. In and out. One more time. Big breath in and out. Shoulders down, ear to shoulder, side to side. Bring the head up. We're going to look to one side, look to the other. Good. Bring it in the the toes, and exhale. One more time, big breath in, and out. And you are